Hi guys, Mrs. Rast here, and welcome to another video presentation. Okay, so this one is called Geography Terms Review. You're going to use the handout that I gave you in class and take notes in order. If you were gone today or if your notes are missing, you have two options. You can go to Edmodo and print off a copy there. You can go to the Piper Middle School website, find my name, and click on Forms, and you would find it there as well. If you do not have a printer or it's not working, then I would take notes on the notebook pages assigned and just write out what's on the slides. It will take a little bit longer, but it's better to do that than come to class unprepared. So hopefully that works for you. Also, remember, this is your presentation, so if it's going too fast, if you miss something, if you need to go back and rewatch something, then please do so. Okay? Let's get started. All right, so to start off with, we are looking at the definition of geography. Write down that geography is the study of the Earth's physical and cultural features. Now, what we're going to do right now really quick is watch about a 3-minute video on what geography can do for you. So please follow along, take notes over the questions presented on your note page, and remember to pause or rewind if you need to.
I work on hurricanes, I work on earthquakes, I work on tornadoes and floods and a lot of other natural hazards. Geography is really important because we have to have maps that communicate very quickly what happened. I'm a senior physical scientist with the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, and my name is Gene Longenecker.
You've got to care about geography. In the intelligence world, to understand that something happened is very exciting, but it really isn't valuable unless you understand where it happened. I'm the president of the United States Geospatial Intelligence Foundation, and my name is Keith Masback.
When I wanted to be, geography was very much a two-dimensional subject. Now with Google Earth, we can fly into a city. I'm an economic analyst at the Environmental Defense Fund, and my name is Olusegun Fayanju.
Being an explorer is basically being a geographer because you're trying to understand what our world looks like. I am a polar explorer, mountaineer, and expedition guide. My name is Eric Larson. For me, the crux, where there are so many things that can go wrong despite your best efforts. On an expedition, I really rely heavily on a map to better understand where I'm traveling and knowing if I need to get here, some of the obstacles that are in the way.
And that means that Shane Fayanju of New Jersey is the 1996 National Geography League champion.
Studying geography makes you more appreciative of the world as a whole and of being a global citizen. And if you have from an early age been accustomed to thinking of yourself as a global citizen in addition to an American citizen, then that really gives you an advantage.
By simply understanding the physical geography, you have to truly embrace and understand the human geography as well. And that provides things like culture, history, religion, language, ethnicity.
Where a hazard occurs and where people happen to be is something that's very important. We need to know if it's a big earthquake and it's been shaking a lot, did it shake a bunch of people? An earthquake that happens out in the desert doesn't shake people. Once we're on the expedition, from the field, I can send an email that sends out my blog post, a picture, and my GPS position, my latitude and longitude. And that goes right into a Google Earth layer that marks that on the map. So people can zoom into Google Earth, they can see my route on Everest all the way up to the summit. It allows us to be able to understand our planet and be connected to one another in a way which we've never been able to.
The highlight of my career was certainly what we did in support of the aftermath of Hurricanes Katrina and Rita. To take all these systems that we had built for national security purposes and apply them to be able to guide rescuers to their door in time to save them was absolutely a wonderful, wonderful thing.
When we think about the geography, it shouldn't just be viewed in a vacuum as like a childhood hobby that just sort of ends there. I think you really sort of look at it as a path that can lead you in a lot of different great directions in terms of your career, in terms of what you think of.
Okay, so let's talk about some physical geography examples. Physical geography has to do with landforms, so natural features, deserts, plains, rivers, valleys. Climate is also something we'll talk about, and that just has to do with weather. Both of these things are part of the environment and include all living and non-living things that affect life in the environment. We'll talk about maps with geography, and we will spend time working with maps. And maps can be a mix of political and physical ideas or topics. But let's look at the definition for the two main ones we'll look at. We have political maps that show country and state boundaries, and they include man-made things. So when you look at this political map of the United States, be aware that the person who created this map was not looking to bring in color for artistic purposes or to make it pretty, but they're trying to show the borders between each different state. Where does Kansas end and begin? That's a man-made thing. Physical maps show natural landforms, so they're not so concerned about the state boundaries right now. They're concerned about what is the physical geography of the area. You could also have maps like weather maps, road maps, historical maps, maps of your neighborhood, even a map of the Piper Middle School. Parts of a map, we'll start with the map title. That can show you the subject of the map or what is the map about. Is it a map about Alexander the Great's conquest, or is it a map of Village West shopping? A compass or compass rose can be found right here, and it shows directions. So cardinal directions, north, south, east, west. Intermediate directions are just a combination, northeast, northwest, southeast, and southwest. A scale, which can be found looking like this on a map, measures the distance. How far is it from point A to point B? In this map, it measures miles. Some maps measure kilometers. And then the legend or key explains the symbols found on a map. Latitude and longitude, hopefully you have a little prior knowledge from 5th grade on. We won't hit that so much in 6th grade, but it will come back in 7th grade. Basically, it gives coordinates for things on the map. The two big lines that we look at on a map are the equator, which divides the Earth horizontally, and the prime meridian that divides the Earth vertically. And then lines that are north and south of the equator are called latitude, and lines that divide the Earth east and west are called longitude lines. We have 7 continents, or very large land masses, and they're North and South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, and Antarctica. And we have 4 large bodies of water called oceans, and they are the Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, and Arctic. Today, and you've already hopefully read and taken notes over the 7 continents. You wouldn't think so, but usually about midway through the year or towards the end of the year, people forget what the 7 continents are and start calling things like Mexico and Texas one of the continents. So here's a little story to help you hopefully remember the 7 continents. Here it goes. North America, NA, met a lovely lady named South America. And they fell in love and they got married. Now, for their honeymoon, they went over to Europe and had a nice vacation. And in the course of their marriage, they had 4 lovely children, and those children are Asia, Africa, Australia, and Antarctica. 7 continents. There you go. Last part of geography we're going to talk about has to do with cultural or human geography, and this is the study of people and places they live. How does geography affect them in terms of their homes, food, religion, language, what they wear? Okay, so you can see from the examples with the houses, geography and the resources around to build houses are going to affect what people live in. We also look how environments affect people. The good, like the beach scene here, that looks pretty nice, or the bad with the flooding in this picture. That's going to play a huge role in the development of ancient civilizations and where the early people chose to live. On the lighter side, here's just a very quick Jay Leno clip about why geography is important. It will probably cut off towards the end. Enjoy. You do not have to take notes over it.
Countries make up Great Britain. You've heard of Great Britain?
Yeah.
If someone said they're going to Great Britain, what language would they speak when they get there?
British?
They speak British. Okay. Have you ever met anyone who speaks British?
No.
Can you think of any word in British?
No.
No? Like Mini Cooper?
Oh yeah, Mini Cooper.
That's a British word. We're talking with
Tyler Quiet.
If you met someone from Amsterdam, what nationality would they be?
I have no idea. Amsterdamian.
Amsterdamian. No, they wear wooden shoes. Who wears wooden shoes?
Cobblers.
Cobblers? So they'd be cobblers. Okay. All right. We're talking with
Lindsay Shanks.
Lindsay, and you're a high school student as well.
Yes, sir.
What is the world's tallest mountain?
It's not Mount Rushmore.
No. Do you ever rest?
Do I what?
Ever rest?
No.
I'm giving you a clue.
Oh. I really don't know.
See, I asked you, do you ever rest? And you said
Oh,
no.
Mount Everest.
Everest. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. We're talking with
Aisha Edvar.
Aisha. That's a pretty name. And you're a high school student?
Yes, sir.
What are people from Denmark called? You meet a bunch of people from Denmark.
I don't
What are
know. Denmardians?
they? Denmardians.
I don't know.
Denmardians. How many Great Lakes are there?
Oh, a lot. Like 100 something?
100.
I could be wrong.
Can you name all 100?
No. I could be really wrong.
Can you name one Great Lake?
Big great.
The Great Lake. We're talking with
Nick.
Nick. What do you do?
I go to high school,
Go to high school.
in Roy City, Texas.
And what do you want to do when you get out?
I would like to be a film director.
Film director. Okay. You've heard of the English Channel.
Yes.
It goes between what two countries?
France and England.
England. Now, is there any way to get there besides by boat?
I think there's like a bridge, like a really long bridge, and it goes under the water.
So a bridge that goes under the water would be called what?
An underwater bridge? Oh, yeah, a tunnel. Yeah.
We're talking with
Caitlin Wilcox.
Caitlin. You're from where?
Arkansas.
Arkansas. Okay. How's the school system in Arkansas?
It's awesome.
It's good.
Mhm,
Let's see
it's
how,
really good.
let's see how good it is. How many oceans are there?
Oceans.
Yeah.
I've only been to one.
You've been to one.
I've been to one.
Which one were you at?
Florida.
Which one?
An ocean.
Which ocean did you go to?
Pacific Ocean.
You went to the Pacific Ocean in
Yeah.
Florida. How was it?
It's good.
It's good. Yeah. What is the largest country in South America?
In South America, Africa.
And where is Iraq?
I don't know, like South Europe or something.
South
I don't
Europe.
know. I don't know.
Iraq is in South. So you go to Europe, you go south.
I don't know.
What country would you find the Panama Canal in?
Panama Canal. Is there a country named Panama? No?
Is it?
No. Oh, is it in the U.S.? No.
Why do they call it the Panama Canal, you think?
Is there a guy named Panama made
There's a
the
guy named Panama, and he did what? He made the
canal? The
Canal.
Panama Canal?
If you've gone down to use the Panama Canal, you're trying to get from where to where?
One place to another?
Why did it?
It's faster?
Faster than, yeah, but from where does it go?
Oh. Panama
And what?
and France? I don't know.
Panama and France. Where is Iraq? You know, we hear so much about Iraq.
Iraq.
Yeah.
Iraq is in. I Afghanistan.
It's in Afghanistan. We're talking with